Hello everyone, welcome to another animation session. Work continues on episode 13. Last night I tried to stream but no one really watched, so I just kind of knuckled down and got on with it. I actually got an entire scene finished and that's ready to render, but some of the shots are very long, so that's going to take a while. I'm going to be finishing off this scene today. Now, for those of you watching on YouTube, after the stream, this will contain some spoilers, so if you're not familiar with the comic, which I am, I know some people are, but I always assume people have read the comic, but just in case you haven't, this is starting to move into pretty big spoiler territory, so if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch until you've watched episode 13. And just so you know, I won't be answering any of those questions. Because everyone asks them, and they get quite annoying. So, it's the scene I'm animating, and I've actually just noticed an error with this panel here, because this is the model of this. It's actually a model of the Blue Peter Dalek they made way back when, and the Emperor comes along and moves its arm, but you can see there's another arm there for some reason. It's not there on the actual model, so chalk that down to a animation error, rendering error. So this shot is very simple. The episodes will be out when they're out. I don't give release dates because this isn't. I don't do this enough to. Yeah. All right. I need my headphones. I've noticed this is a problem I'm having with this particular scene. So why have you shot all the way back over here? You're meant to be over there. I didn't put a keyframe on you. Something funky is going on here. This should not be a perspective view, this should be a top view. But can I change this to be a top view? I can, good. It's not a major problem, it's just something that's irritating me. Okay, so he needs to answer that. That's not too bad. Right. And this secret door needs to open. And that's that shot done, I think. I wish all shots were this easy. I always forget to plug in the second hard drive, even though I don't use it that much. Right. The reason I'm detaching audio from these clips is that when I come to render them, all I have to do is insert the rendered footage in over the top and it replaces it, but the rendered footage doesn't have any sound, so it's still perfectly synced up. I actually rendered that shot and that one. Okay, that's worrying. And I've just noticed a fault with that. Okay, so 2 faults I've noticed. So you will need to be rendered. Okay, actually, I won't, because, well, it's completely re-rendered this shot because I only need to extend it by 50 frames. Let's do 100, just to be safe. Okay, so you are complete. Hello Devon, what is your request? And if it's to do with the Imperials and the Renegades making the 2005 NSDs, sorry, no, because that is not what happened. Whoops. The 8th Doctor should have had his own series. I mean, to be honest, all of the Big Finish audio productions have proved that you can still write classic Who adventures. Baldo AJ, I hope I'm saying that name right. I've actually recently got back into animating after taking a break because it was, overall, if I can't be bothered to do it, I don't force myself to do it. But sadly that means I don't get a lot done. Alright, that's good. Next. I can... Okay, so I'm going to be moving into spoiler territory now, so if you don't want to know what happens in the series if you haven't read the comic, look away now. I was at work when my friend Phil told me about it, and to be honest, I'd been expecting it, but to have him tell me that it was official, I was like, ugh, really? It's... Everyone thinks that it's the BBC being, you know, on the edge, you know, casting a woman in a man's role. No, it's not edgy, it's not new, it's... All they're doing is trying to grab ratings, and people don't see that. Even the people that hate it are giving the BBC what they want by talking about it. I did that one video, and then that's it. I'm not... People ask me about it, I'm like, oh, we'll see what happens when it airs. It's... which one was it? I mean, she might be brilliant, we don't know. Or it might finally kill off the show. But to go on a rant a little bit, I do find it funny that people are up in arms about it, but if it had been the other way around, say for example, if they cast a man in what had been a woman's role, the outcry would have been even more. And that is a lot of rain coming down. Sorry if that's very loud. I can't hear a thing now. I am, however, very happy that Bradley Walsh is going to be the new companion. Because we need a decent male companion, and he might be it. We haven't had a decent male companion in the new series. Yeah, I've seen it, but I won't be getting that game because it's too expensive. I can't justify spending £50 on a game I'm not going to play that often. Don't get me wrong, it's a very good game, but it makes sense to buy the £70 version. But £70 for a game, and you don't. If you got like a statue or something, yeah, cool. Rory was the Kenny of. It's like, I just didn't like him. He was okay, but I'm like, why should I care about this character when he hasn't done anything? No, I've got other things to save up for. Oops. To be honest, the only game I've ever recently been able to play non-stop has been Minecraft, because that is a fun game. I don't play shooters a lot. They're kind of boring. And they're not generating a lot of views on my channel, so there's no point doing them. People don't want to see gameplay. Yeah, that's because I had the rotation axis set up wrong. Okay, then I need to... It's a cryo chamber. In my opinion, they should have just stuck them in the furnace. This is the Emperor's biggest mistake, reviving Davros. It's a shame a certain hybrid wasn't around, because he would have killed him on the spot. It's a cryo chamber to because he's old and he won't last forever, so they only take him out when they need him. It's like, you know, when you put something in the freezer to preserve it. Here comes the rain again. Yeah, but even that you can't. His chair keeps him alive, but he's so badly mutated and aged that even in his current state, he won't last indefinitely. In the next scene after this, they're talking about his degeneration, because obviously they're keeping an eye on him. I mean, I can tell you exactly, but it'll be some spoilers if you... I'm not sure if you read the comic. Have you, Devon? How many can you still see? So in the next scene, they're talking about why they created Ytrel, because they needed a Dalek genius like Davros, so they were essentially trying to create a replacement for Davros. And, well, we all know how that worked out. How do you mean the comic's not finished? The comic is finished. Finished ages ago. And this is why you make sure the project is properly sequenced. Now I've got to redo everything. That would never happen, because Ytrel is a clone of Davros, and well, he's like the good version of Davros, because he sees the Empire degrading and he wants to save it. So that's what he does. Whereas Davros is just power hungry. He is concerned because when they tell him, well, he works it out. He understands what they're doing, but you know, he doesn't want there to be more than one of him, because then they won't need him. And it upsets his other plan, which I won't talk about. No, the Doctor was killed long before Davros was ever revived. The Silver Emperor dealt with him on his own. Holy crap! Okay, that's a sign for me to turn everything off. Sorry guys, I've got to cut this stream off.